June 2009, Boynton Beach, Florida. On the surface, Michael Dippolito's life looked simple. He had a home, a routine, and a wife, Dalia Dippolito, who, to outsiders, seemed loving and supportive. Their marriage hadn't been long, but it had moved fast, the kind of fast that often feels exciting in the beginning and unstable underneath. Neighbors didn't report loud arguments. There were no public scenes, nothing that would make anyone think this relationship was dangerous. But that's what makes cases like this disturbing, because the warning signs don't always appear where people can see them. Behind closed doors, things weren't as stable as they looked. Financial stress, trust issues, and emotional distance had already started creeping into their marriage. And instead of confronting those problems, Dalia began pulling away quietly. Michael continued his daily life, unaware that something had already shifted. He believed he was working through a normal marriage. But for Dalia, the relationship was no longer something to fix. It was something to escape. And while Michael believed his marriage still had a future, Dalia had already started building one without him. At some point during the marriage, Dalia became involved with another man. This wasn't just casual or temporary, it became a serious emotional and physical connection. And like most hidden relationships, it didn't stay simple for long. She started dividing her life into two parts. On one side, the role of a wife, routine, predictable, expected. On the other side, a secret relationship that offered excitement, attention, and an escape from everything she felt was missing. The more time she invested in that second life, the more her marriage began to feel like a burden. Michael wasn't just her husband anymore. He became the obstacle standing between her and the life she wanted. Now, most people in this situation make a decision. They file for divorce. They walk away. They deal with the consequences. But Dalia didn't choose that path. Divorce meant legal complications, financial division, and a long, messy process. It meant explaining things, facing people, losing control of the situation. And control was something she didn't want to give up. So instead of ending the marriage, she started thinking about ending something else. By June 2009, Dalia's thoughts had moved far beyond frustration or unhappiness. What started as an idea, something unspoken, maybe even shocking to herself at first, slowly turned into something more real. She began looking for a solution, not a legal one, not an emotional one, a permanent one. That's when she made contact with someone she believed could help her carry it out. A hitman. The conversations weren't dramatic or impulsive. They were calm, direct, calculated. She offered money, around $7,000, and in return, she gave clear instructions. She wanted her husband gone. What she didn't know was that this person wasn't a criminal for hire. He was working with law enforcement. From the moment she made that request, everything changed. Her words were recorded, her intentions documented. Every step she took moved her deeper into a situation she didn't fully understand. From her perspective, the plan was coming together. She believed she was getting closer to freedom, but in reality, she was walking directly into a controlled operation designed to expose her. And while she believed the plan was almost complete, the police were already preparing the moment that would destroy it. Instead of arresting Dalia immediately, investigators decided to let the situation develop further. They wanted undeniable proof, not just intent, but reaction. Michael Dippolito was brought into the situation. He was told everything about the plan, the conversations, the money, and he agreed to cooperate with the police. Together, they staged something that would test Dalia in the most direct way possible. They made it look real. On a planned day, officers went to Dalia's home. Their tone was serious, controlled. They delivered the message clearly. Her husband had been killed. There was no hesitation in how the information was presented. No ambiguity, just a direct statement meant to trigger a genuine reaction. And hidden inside that house, cameras were recording everything. This wasn't about assumptions anymore. This was about seeing how she would respond when she believed the plan had succeeded. Would she panic? Would she question it? Or would she react exactly how an innocent person would? What happened next is what turned this case into something unforgettable. When Dalia heard the news, her reaction appeared immediate and emotional. She broke down. She cried. She seemed overwhelmed by shock and grief. She said things like, "I can't believe this," and "I loved him." The kind of responses people expect from someone who has just lost their partner. To anyone watching without context, it looked real. But investigators already knew something she didn't. Just days earlier, she had arranged his death. And now, every second of her reaction was being compared to everything she had previously said and done. Moments later, the situation shifted. Police revealed the truth. Michael wasn't dead. He was alive. The entire scenario had been staged. There was no escape from that moment. No way to explain it away. Dalia was arrested and later charged with solicitation to commit murder. This wasn't a crime driven by sudden anger. It wasn't a mistake or a moment of loss of control. It was planned, discussed, paid for, and maybe that's what makes it unsettling, because it forces one uncomfortable question: if someone can live beside you, smile with you, and still plan something like this, how well do you really know them?